Howdy, everyone, and welcome to the Gaming Times podcast. So I goofed up. I was talking for like 30 plus minutes and realized that my mic was muted. So it's been a while. I haven't talked in a while to you guys, updated you on my channel, or the main one. And yeah, I let myself go. I got a nice, amazing beard, and I let my hair grow out. But yeah, a lot has happened. I had a great Christmas with Sarah and my family. And it's about that. Have a good one, guys. I'm just kidding. So we have about 3 to 4 topics to talk about, and the first one is about the Aubry case, and that is with 3 men killing, or technically two men killing one colored person or black person, and the media was talking about how rare it is for this to win. Well, you have evidence. You have recording of it, and 3 men that were involved in it, which all kind of pleaded guilty about it. So they all have life in prison and no chance of parole, which is great. And when they're talking about this, they lack of wisdom, they lack of history, and they don't know anything, because there's a kid in the 60s that around the civil rights movement, a kid in Chicago, he was going to stay with family in Mississippi, and his father, I don't know how it happened, but he acquired his father's class ring, and what he did is he always wore it. And so he moved to Mississippi to stay with his family over the summer, and I guess one day he was walking down the street, and a woman that was white accused him of catcalling her, and then in the middle of the night, he was abducted by the husband or the boyfriend, I don't remember, but another guy too. He was brutally killed, and then he was like put on a sawmill, strapped to it with barbed wire, and thrown into the river. And a week later, he was found, and you couldn't see who it was. You couldn't identify him. They didn't have DNA back then. They didn't have the technology to understand it, and the only way to identify him was that class ring. And those 2 guys got away with it. They had a news article about it, or a newspaper or a journal, magazine, bought their story, and they got money out of it. They got money out of this murder they got away with, and they're long gone. They're dead. We all know where they are. And the woman that accused him has been brought back to light in the media, or the social media, and she's still alive. She's 70 to 80 years old, and people want her in jail. A lot of people disagree. A lot of people agree. Well, a minority want to keep her out. I agree. She should go in jail. I don't care how old she is. She needs to do the time, what she has done. Maybe she doesn't know what happened. She feels sorry, whatnot. It's not going to fly. You have to do your time. If you do the crime, you do the time. You need to go. You need to go. I don't care if you have like 10 years left. You killed a innocent boy, and you need to go. So at my work, there's 2 topics of that. The first one is I made a file against the COVID vaccine, the mandate, and what I have to do is just do religious belief. So I might be eligible if not, then I don't know what I have to do. I'll just have to cross that bridge when it comes close to that. And the second part is butane and deodorants. And remember, if you're already graduated from not college, but high school, middle school, or whatnot, you remember the boys' locker room. There's always that one kid that had Axe body spray or something that was a spray deodorant and just constantly sprayed the place all the time. Well, there's an ingredient in the deodorant that's called butane, and it's a cancerous substance. And this cancerous substance is cancerous. Very, very cancerous. So anyways, they at my store we have them. We have Old Spice, Axe, and Dove, and all that for men. And also women. It's a butane ingredient. And so I had to do BOH, and what it is you go through your aisles. If you have nothing on the shelf, you scan that tag, see if there's anything in the back, and then you have to push overstock into the aisles. And it told me to take anything that's that item off the shelf. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, I need to make sure that all those need to be taken off. So I scan the butane for Axe and Old Spice. Only one Old Spice said it will be taken off for product withdrawal. Everything else is still good. I told some people at work about this. I'm like, hey, this is what it is. I need to take them off. They're like, no, if it's still allowed to be sold, we'll sell it. I didn't listen. I took them off all the shelves because I'm not going to sell cancer stuff to people. This is ridiculous. Because the FDA back in the old times saying, and then today they're saying that certain things are FDA approved, they're safe. But yet you have asbestos being FDA approved, saying that it's really good for being in barns and schools for insulation. And see how that went. Because at my old school, if it's a new school, it doesn't have it. The early 2000s or earlier, newish schools, they don't have them. They took them out. So, or they didn't take them out. They didn't put them in the schools because they already had a different type of insulation. At my school, it was built in 1942 or 41. And this school has it still to this day. They took a lot of it out in the 70s, 60s or 70s. I'm not for sure, but they were telling me that it looks like the scene off of E.T. with all the tubes going around all the hallways and whatnot in the rooms. And there's 3 sections of the place that to this day still have it. They have it in the boiler room. They call it cancer room. And they have it in the ag room. And they have them on all the heaters with the tubing. And in elementary school, when we're waiting for the buses to pick us up or parents picking you up, they had a heater that they allowed you to sit on. And there's the pipes on the sides of them. There's 2 pipes going. There's your box where the heater is. There's 2 pipes that go up into the ceiling, and they're exposed. But they're insulated, and it looks like the mats in a gymnasium. So no one really thought twice about it. So people are spinning around them or holding on to them. And in high school, we asked about it. Like, hey, is this safe to be around? Because I can see asbestos being exposed. Oh, it's fine. It's very secure. But yet, if you poked it, or even if like a little gust of wind hit it, little flakes started to fall off. I'm like, okay, this is not safe. They need to get a checkup, and they need to get it removed again, because they should have got it all out the first time when they did it. But they're like, oh no, it's FDA approved. It's fine. So again, let's talk about Spiderman No Way Home. If you haven't watched it, spoilers again. It's already been like a week or two, so. But I'll be seeing it again in theaters. I'm already gonna go in there, and I'm gonna see if my opinion changes or my rating changes on it, and I think it won't. I'm going to keep an eye on new Easter eggs and what I haven't seen the first time. And then I'm very, very happy that Matt Murdock or Charlie Cox is reprising his role as Daredevil. And I think that's an incredible choice. And Hawkeye, I guess they had Wilson Fisk in it, and that's the actor from Daredevil from the TV show on Netflix. I'm like, this is a great thing. All I have to do is bring the Punisher. I forgot his name. As Punisher, because people say that he is the Punisher. I liked Punisher in season 2 of Daredevil. Second season of Punisher, that's when I liked. The first one, it wasn't really Punisher-like. But yeah, before he was apprehended by the police, that's the best adaptation of a Punisher that they have shown so far. And I'm very stoked this Friday that I'm heading back home to visit with more family if I get home at a reasonable time. and celebrate Christmas with them. And because I didn't get to be able to see them on Tuesday because some were exposed and others just couldn't because of work. So I'm looking forward to that. And then on Saturday, I'm going to go out with the boys and shoot people with airsoft guns. I'm looking forward to that. The weather, however, looks like it's going to be debatable right now because it says it's going to rain. Hopefully it's going to be a Christmas day again because people are saying that my family was saying it doesn't feel like Christmas. I thought it did because I was with family and I got to celebrate it with them. The weather, however, was different, but I liked it. It was a nice 70 degrees. We were in the woods walking around. It got really windy, though, so we headed back in. But then that's when the temperature dropped later that evening. But it was it felt like Colorado. Great weather in the day, and then it gets really frigid at night and morning. So I thought it was a win-win. But I don't think we'll ever see a white Christmas again. It's just going to be really, really hot. It's getting hotter each day. But someday it's going to be like snowing on July 4th. I've been saying this for a long time to my father, but he said that it'll never happen. But look what's happening now. It's probably going to happen in our lifetime. So, but also it could be meaning nuclear war, but still. But anyways, this is going to be like a short video, the episode 10. I'm pretty excited for 10 episodes on here. I know that I have more like reviews and movie reviews. Them are separate from the podcast episode because the podcast episode is more of like catching up, talking to people, just getting to know people. And I'll try to get a guest on here, an old guest of mine, see how that goes. But yeah, we finally got pictures up on the wall. I'm pretty excited. We had the we had the Gaming Times podcast sign right there, and it probably lasted like a few hours, and it came crashing down. I guess it's just too heavy, so we'll just have to get like a nail to put in there. I'm really excited to have it all laid out. I'm pretty pumped about it. So anyways, have a good one. Happy New Year's, guys. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. So hopefully we'll get someone on episode 11. I'll try to get Sarah on here to talk about more of the Spider-Man ones to see how she liked it. I know she really liked it. It's by far my best Spider-Man one. Like I have the Trojan horse, or not Trojan horse. That's fake. So we have 3 Spider-Man that are almost like competing with each other. You have Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire's 2004, and we have the Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man Spider-Verse Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales movie, and then you have your No Way Home. Them are my top 3. The Amazing Spider-Man trilogy, or not prequel, but the duo movies that he has. The first one's awesome. Second one is like, yeah, there's some good bits in it. The third, there's a huge trend talking about it that they want a third Amazing Spider-Man to finish up his trilogy, and then Tobey Maguire his 4th one to finish up his saga. But I liked how his trilogy was, but yeah, I think it deserves to have a final one. But hopefully the studio stays out of the interference part of it, because if so, then they'll make great content and just let the creator do their thing, and then they'll make a lot of money out of it. So we'll see how it goes. So anyways, again, have a wonderful holiday and have a good one, guys.